Good morning, my name is Ian, and welcome back to the Czech Republic. In the Beskid Mountains, and today we're going up Javorový, which is about 1,000 and so meters above sea level, the highest peak in the immediate vicinity to Třinec, and we're going to start at a place called Gute, and a little wooden church. So, come along for the ride, will you?
One of the many reasons I enjoy living where I do at present is the fact that I can just walk out my front door, and within 5 kilometers, I'm somewhere in nature. Though known more for its massive steel mill and really good hockey team, Třinec has got so much more about it. Not only does it have a unique microculture due to its immediate proximity to both Poland and Slovakia, it's a gateway to the Beskids and a good place to start our hike today.
One of my first memories of coming to the Czech Republic and living here down in Uherské Hradiště back in 98, 99 is I noticed on Saturdays and Sundays everything shut down, all the shops, and the place everywhere you went was just empty. You know, village of the damned, I would say, and everybody disappeared. So I wondered why. I knew relaxing on the weekend, but it just seemed so hauntingly quiet, disturbing almost. After I got to know a few people, I got invited to the forest with some friends to go to a little chata, little small cabin in the woods for the night, and go mushroom picking. And I kid you not, you could barely move in the forest. There were so many people. They were out hunting mushrooms, picking berries, all this kind of stuff. It was just a season. And that's when I found out. That's why the cities were empty. Everybody headed outside to nature. It was a beautiful thing. And I remember the size of some of these were like as big as crepes, as pancakes. Massive, just flat round ones. And later on, you'd batter them up, fry them, and it would just be lovely. So I haven't really seen that much of that lately. I haven't really known too many people to go mushroom picking, so that's kind of gone. And maybe it was also the area. I haven't seen those kind of mushrooms further north in Czech Republic. I don't know. Really no clue. Should investigate that again. Get back down to that region. Not at the top yet. Just over there. But we're close. No rest for the wicked. Embarrassing. So here we are at Javorový, 1,032 meters above sea level, and one of the highest in the region. Lisahory and a few others are a bit higher, a little further south, but a bit steep getting up in the first parts, at least from coming down from Gute coming up, but way less steep than what you're going to see when we get to the lower peak of Javorový, that has a little chata on it and a little restaurant and an old ski slope and where they do paragliding from. Because it was an old ski slope, going down is just like that. I'm going to go a different route this time. I've seen about 3-4 people up here so far, and most of them have been, besides the Girl Scout troop, lower, have been people actually runners. So I guess they come up one side, down another, or same path up and down, don't know. But, you know, it's a good place to get in some exercise.
Speaking of exercise, if you wanted to hike the entire Beskid mountain range, which is part of the Carpathians, you would start in the west in Czech Republic and run through Poland, Slovakia, and into Ukraine. Though not the highest range in Central Europe by far. My advice? Still have a good pair of hiking shoes.
I live down there somewhere. Just down there. No. You see? You see why I live here? You see why I do what I do?
After a spell to catch our breath, we head a mere 1.6 kilometers along a ridge to Malé Javorový and Javorový vrch, a mountain hut very noticeable from below by its massive communications tower. This wood and stone building, more accessible for those with children and more leisurely hikers along a paved bike path from the village of Tira below, offers up some great views, cozy interiors, cold drinks, and a good selection of dishes, including my favorite hiking treat, fried cheese with a side of chips and tartar sauce. They even offer accommodation at a pretty decent price. And, for those more adventurous, take off into the wild blue yonder and go parasailing. Though the Beskids are still a source of coal and forestry, and in the past they were rich in iron ore, with important plants in Ostrava and Třinec, it's hard to imagine now, along these paths, with these views, that in the 1980s, the entire northern slope of this mountain was cut down because of the massive damage caused by the local steelworks to the fauna here. But after the fall of communism and general improvements to the industrialized regions throughout the countries of Central Europe, the cleanliness of the air contributes to the new growth of trees and other vegetation, making this part of Silesia a lush agricultural and farming area once again. With all its hiking trails and bike paths, and beautiful villages and stunning scenery, it does make it a great place to get out and just explore.
Just wanted to tell you all how much I appreciate your support, and thank you all for liking and subscribing.